The story of Saint Ursula.
Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.
Once upon a time, in a world much like our own, filled with kingdoms, trade routes, and many different cultures, there lived a young woman named Ursula. Her story, though thousands of years old, still echoes through the ages, reminding us of bravery, compassion, and the power of faith. Ursula was the daughter of a noble family in Britain, a land known for its misty hills and rugged shores. From a young age, she was known for her wisdom and beauty, but more than that, she was known for her deep love for God. Ursula wasn't just a young woman of noble birth. She was a woman of purpose. One day, the King of Britain, a powerful ruler, arranged for Ursula to marry a prince from a distant land. A prince who was charming and powerful. But Ursula felt uneasy about this alliance. She knew her heart was meant to follow a different path, one that was deeply connected to her faith. Ursula went to her father and said, "Father, I am grateful for your love, but I cannot marry this prince. I have dedicated my life to God, and I feel called to do something greater." Her father was puzzled, but listened as she explained. Ursula asked for one thing. She wanted to go on a pilgrimage, a journey to pray and strengthen her faith. And during this pilgrimage, she promised that she would not marry anyone unless it was according to God's will. Her father, though reluctant, agreed, and Ursula began preparing for her journey. She asked for a group of noble women to accompany her, each strong in their faith, each ready to embrace a life of service and devotion. Ursula and her 12 companions set sail for Rome, the heart of the Christian world at the time. The sea was vast and the journey long, but with each passing day, Ursula's faith grew stronger, and the bond between her and her companions deepened. Together, they traveled, spreading kindness, sharing stories of their faith, and finding new strength in one another. But there was a shadow over their journey. While Ursula and her companions were at sea, a terrible storm was brewing, a storm not of nature, but of fate. In the land Ursula and her companions would visit, there was a kingdom ruled by a fearsome leader, an emperor whose heart was cold and whose ways were ruthless. This emperor had heard of Ursula's journey, and his pride would not allow anyone to defy him. especially a young woman with such devotion to her faith. The emperor's name was Maximian. He had heard rumors of Ursula's journey and her refusal to marry a prince. His pride was wounded, and he saw this pilgrimage as a challenge to his authority. So he sent his soldiers to intercept Ursula and her group. When Ursula and her companions arrived in the city, they were met by the emperor's soldiers. They were given an ultimatum: either deny your faith and marry the emperor's son, or face certain death. Ursula, unwavering in her conviction, looked at her companions and said, "We will not turn away from our faith. We trust in God, no matter what happens." Her companions stood with her, their hearts united in strength. Each one of them knew that their lives might end, but they also knew that their faith would live on. The emperor, furious at their defiance, commanded that Ursula and her companions be executed. One by one, they were martyred, their lives taken as a final act of devotion. Ursula, though, was not afraid. She stood tall, knowing that she had chosen the higher path, one of faith and eternal love. The martyrdom of Ursula and her companions was a devastating moment, but it was also a powerful one. The courage they displayed in the face of certain death became a symbol of unwavering faith, of loyalty to God above all else. So, the story of Saint Ursula is not just a tale from the past. It's a story that encourages us to reflect on our own faith, our own courage, and the ways in which we, too, can live with purpose and integrity. Whether we're called to make great sacrifices or to stand up for what we believe in on a smaller scale, Ursula's example teaches us that our lives are meant for something greater than ourselves. Her legacy, like the light of a candle burning in the darkness, continues to inspire and guide those who hear her story. May we all find the strength to live as boldly and with as much grace as Saint Ursula.